party hats. Boom, boom.
The whole go bang bang here. Let us begin.
I want you to keep an eye out for the Boogity Man.
VHS Bandits. VHS Bandits.
Welcome to Coxwell
Don't
Academy.
need no DVDs, don't need no Betamax. These are the VHS Bandits.
Hey everybody, welcome to the VHS Bandits podcast, and today we're gonna watch Shelley Duvall's Rock N Rhymeland. Let's pop in the tape.
Next week, Shelley Duvall, creator of Fairy Tale Theater, takes you on an hilarious romp through Rhymeland with some of your favorite storybook characters to find the missing Mother Goose.
And in other news, Mother Goose is still missing. If you have any knowledge of her whereabouts, please contact, somebody.
Cindy Lauper, Woody Harrelson,
What are you doing?
Following you. Remember, everywhere that Mary went, the lamb was sure to go. I'm going.
Gary Shandling, Terry Garr,
You both need to clam up and stop whining.
Hey, we're a modern rhymey something kind of couple, okay? We don't whine, we just talk about every little teeny tiny problem to death, all right?
Ben Vereen,
As I was climbing up the water spout, as I have a tendency to do, get to the point.
Shut up! Harry Anderson,
Are you Peter Piper? Precisely. I am Peter Piper, proud proprietor of this profitable pickle pepper patch.
Bobby Brown, Howie Mandel,
But seriously, folks, let's get hard-boiled about this.
Cheech Marin,
I'm talking to you! 1/10 part of a dollar, one dime, you can feed a cow, jump over the moon.
Little Richard,
Party with the king. Come on and party with the king.
and Gene Stapleton as Mother Goose in the original Disney Channel premiere film,
Kids, don't try this at home.
Mother Goose Rock and Rhyme.
And now, our feature presentation.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the VHS Bandits podcast. It's Dane Train up here with my co-host.
Topher Hansen.
Hey, we're going back to 1990, and we're gonna watch a very special movie that T-Man and I have been watching since we were little kids on the Disney Channel. Shelley Duvall's Rock N Rhymeland, a.k.a.
Shelley Duvall's Mother Goose Rock and Rhyme.
That's right.
That's what I know it as. We just we're talking about this because I have a different copy of this tape. Well,
Yeah.
Chrissy Tonelli has my copy of this tape. Chrissy Tonelli, hey, listen, I gave you this tape back in junior year of high school, okay? And you traded me the Ninja Turtles alien episode, and, you know, it was good. I give you back your tape. I'm still waiting for my Mother Goose Rock and Rhyme tape back.
And that-
Chrissy Tonelli, if you're listening, please get in touch with me. Email us at thevhsbandits@gmail.com. And, you know, send the tape back.
Now your copy was
Because this is a
recorded.
good movie. Yeah, mine
recorded
was
off Disney
off of
Channel, right?
off the Disney Channel. Yeah.
Yeah, the one I
Or
got.
you know what? Just let your kids watch it. Just make your kids watch this movie. You don't even have to give it back.
Yeah.
Just sit them down, duct tape them to the couch, and have them watch Mother Goose Rock and Rhyme and throw some circus peanuts their way
Oh, there you go.
every 3 minutes.
Yeah, so I was on the internet, and there are multiple different covers to this, and I have probably the lamest one.
But if you have the high tops version.
Oh yes, high tops.
I don't know if there's other versions because the one I have was on the Disney Channel, but this is a High Tops tape, and High Tops put out some quality stuff.
I used to have a bunch of high top Pee-wee's Playhouse tapes.
Yeah,
I love
had
that
High
logo.
Tops. They were, I think they did a lot of the like scholastic, like animated books, like Reading Rainbow style, animated stories and stuff. Because I had a lot of I think My Pet Monster was High Tops. I don't know if it was the cartoon that they put out or if it was, I think it was the animated book style My Pet Monster stuff.
I think you're right.
I had a lot of that. I got it from Book in White City.
That was
just no longer there.
Oh no. White City's barely even there.
But yeah. High Tops, good stuff. If I saw when we see that little shoelace getting tied up, you know you're in for a good time.
The song for that is so good too.
Sing it. Wow.
Yeah.
I feel like
High
I'm
Tops.
in Rhymeland.
Home video. So this tape, not a super cool cover. It's like got a bunch of 90s sprinkles, purple sprinkles and triangles.
And triangles, yeah.
And
stars.
And there's a bunch of stars with celebrities in them, like Bobby Brown and Little Richard, and obviously Shelley Duvall's down there. And it says a star-studded rock and roll adventure for kids and teens.
Oh, teens.
Oh, yes. Starring.
Actually, I liked it as a teen. So.
I still like it as an adult.
I mean, I like it as an adult, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Now,
I think it's even better now.
When was the last time you think you watched this? Probably high school?
Whenever, in high school when Chrissy Tonelli traded me for it.
I don't think I have...
Borrowed.
I don't
not
think...
traded.
Oh, yeah, borrowed, yeah.
Borrowed.
I don't think I've seen this since probably like
high
on the Disney
school.
Channel.
Yeah.
When we were kids. So it says it's starring Bobby Brown as 3 blind mice. Cyndi Lauper as
Did he
Mary.
play all the 3 blind mice? Who are those other 2
I don't.
guys? Was it all Bobby Brown?
I don't know who the other 2 dudes are. They
Who
don't.
are those other 2 guys?
I don't know.
You can't be 3 Bobby Browns.
I don't know, dude.
I don't know, maybe.
Who's in this? Cyndi Lauper as Mary, who had a little lamb. Little Richard as Old King Cole. Paul Simon as Simple Simon. ZZ Top as 3 Men in a Tub. And also starring Terry Garr, Debbie Harry, Stray Cats, and more.
And Andrew Shandling. No, not
Andrew Shanley.
Not Andrew Shanley. I gotta. Here, you read the back. I'll pull up the IMDb because this was like the best cameo.
Okay, all right. I thought you were going to talk about Woody Harrelson because he was my favorite cameo.
Dude, he's my favorite part of this entire movie.
So on the back, more pictures of celebrities, right? And it says, Shelley Duvall and friends star in this live-action rock and rhyme adventure featuring the hippest stars in the galaxy. The all-star cast includes Harry Anderson, Brian Bonsall, Bobby Brown, Shelley Duvall, Art Garfunkel, Terry Garr, Dan Gilroy, Woody Harrelson, Debbie Harry, Cyndi Lauper, David Leisure, Little Richard, Howie Mandel, Cheech Marin, Gary Shandling.
That's it, Gary
him.
Shandling.
Paul Simon, Gene Stapleton, Stray Cats, Ben Vereen, Pia Zadora, Dweezil Zappa, and ZZ Top. The tale begins as Mother Goose, Gene Stapleton, is discovered missing, and all the colorful characters in Rhymeland are in danger of disappearing without her to keep her stories alive. Follow Bo Peep, Shelley Duvall, and Gordon Goose, Dan Gilroy of the band Breakfast Club, on this musical odyssey as they try to save Rhymeland. Rockin' Rhymeland featuring rockin' tunes, hip-hoppin' stars, and the most wild and colorful sets outside of MTV. Now, interesting thing. The dude who directed this... I'm sorry, not the dude who directed... I'm sorry, the guy who plays Gordon. Guy who plays Gordon, Dan Gilroy.
He's in a lot of stuff.
Well, he wrote and directed Nightcrawler.
Nightcrawler?
Yeah.
With Jake Gyllenhaal. That Nightcrawler?
And he also did...
That's a good movie.
He did Velvet Buzzsaw.
Oh, really? I haven't seen Velvet Buzzsaw, but
it sucks.
Nightcrawler's fucking awesome.
Yeah, Nightcrawler's good stuff.
Nightcrawler's awesome.
So I understand that there are 2 cuts of this movie. Now, I assume that the one that was on your recorded tape
was a different cut
from the Disney Channel. No, I believe it's the same cut. There's like the TV version. Because I went on the old interwebs, right? And it told me that that this movie is 77 minutes, which is a TV cut. And supposedly there's a longer version that has a bunch of stuff that was cut out. And I've never seen it, but I went on
sex.
Maybe there was a little bit of What did little Miss Muffet say? She's all like, "Hey, can I fluff your tuffet or something like that?"
Yeah.
Maybe there was some fluffing on
my
the tuffet.
tuffet's fine, thank you.
And so there is a longer version. I went on the interwebs. I haven't watched it yet, but it is on YouTube. So go check out both versions if you get a chance.
Okay.
So there you go. And this was also distributed through Video Treasures, which did a lot of whole lot of tapes back in the day. Video Treasures.
It is a treasure.
So let's talk about Mother Goose Rock N Rhyme. Now, you said that you think it's better now than it was when we were kids. You think it's held up really well?
Yeah.
I have to agree, but I don't remember it being as acid trippy bizarre back then as it is now.
Well, because it's just like normal. When you're a kid, you're just like, yeah, this is, it's kid stuff. It's just normal and weird and whatever. And I didn't remember it being as sleazy.
Oh, yeah.
It's real sleazy.
Yep.
Like, oh, man, all the characters are well, I don't know. This feels like one of those movies that we kind of should go through the plot.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Because they just like hop around to the different characters, right?
Yeah.
And they're fucking great. It's very like this movie. Like watching it, I'm like, oh, this really subconsciously influenced The Bestest Christmas Ever.
Ooh,
right?
Wow. Okay.
So, because it's very much like The Bestest Christmas Ever, where it's like this kids thing for adults almost.
Yeah, I can see that. Sure.
It's almost like an adults kids show.
Yeah.
Just because it's so sleazy. I don't know. It's very much
sleazy.
like our style of like comedy. Where
And I gotta say, right off the bat, the sets in this movie are very unique and very cool.
Yeah, it's. I loved it that they didn't like. Clearly, they spent all their money in getting the, the names, the ZZ Tops and the Bobby Browns and the Paul Simons and everyone, and the sets they're better for it. I mean, I'm sure they spent a lot of money and a lot of work on them, but it's very like it's clearly in a studio. Everything is all goofy, weird 90s stuff, but in like the grass is just like tarps that they threw on the ground.
Yeah.
They don't cover up the seams at all.
Yep.
The clouds in the sky, it's like some sort of
big cotton balls
blue
or
tarp or painted mat or something, and then they have cotton balls all glued together. And then again, they don't try to they make no bones about like covering up the seams of things. You can see where it's clearly just like fake, but it's awesome, and like that's something I very much appreciate about it.
Oh, it's so good
because it's like, oh, I could just go ahead and make this myself and it'd be cool.
Oh yeah. But yeah, dude, even like the music, man, a lot of the music in this is very memorable. Like I found myself kind of like,
it's catchy.
Yeah.
I mean, I couldn't sing it back to you now, but it's fun to listen to.
I could probably do some.
There was less music than I thought there was. I remembered it being, I thought it was if I was just going to, spit it out from memory, I was like, oh, Gordon Goose and Mary Had a Little Lamb go around to the different people and they all each sing a song. I thought it was like that, but they don't. There's only like 3 songs in the movie.
Yeah.
Maybe 3 or 4. So yeah, I thought there's not too much. There's a lot of rhyme, not as much rock.
Yeah. Oh
as I would
very little of that.
Anticipate.
I think there's a lot more hip hop than there was anything else.
Yeah. Well, because there was when they. I gotta know who this band is. I posted it on the VHS Bandits Instagram if anyone's trying to guess what movie we're watching.
Yeah.
But it's the when Gordon Goose is locked up in the dungeon by Little Richard. There's this weird Psychotic Symphony-esque band. that just plays a song for him in the dungeon.
So
who is that band? Because they don't mention them in the credits and the.
Well, I went online and I looked up like the cast and stuff, and they were like, dungeon metal band guy number 1 or whatever, and one of them was a fucking lead singer from Rat.
Oh,
so I don't know if the whole band was from Rat or the whole band, or if it was just different guy. I don't know, but one guy from Rat is definitely
one guy from Rat.
Yeah,
because they had masks on, so you couldn't see their face.
Yeah,
dude, that was this movie is so fucking good.
Yeah, so we'll get into, but
we're on a roll with good.
Why don't we kind of we'll kind of go through the whole spiel?
Sure.
So we starting off with this dude who's like a normal guy. And like he's in his like bedroom, and it looks like everybody's normal bedroom. And then as soon as he walks out, whoa, it's crazy, wacky early 90s fantasy land.
Yeah.
And so his name is Gordon. He's like the only normal guy in Rhymeland. So you come to find out that there are like 2 continents or 2 realities. You have Rhymeland and what's called everywhere else.
No, the real world.
No. Well, when you watch the TV news, behind the newscaster are like what look like 2 continents, and one says Rhymeland, and there's another continent. It just says everywhere else.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, the real world, and up and out of space.
Yeah.
And so Gordon is the son of Mother Goose, and she's makes a rhyme, and every time she makes a rhyme, some little like creature guy like that like pops up from behind her rocking chair.
Oh man, yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah.
Because she was looking for like little willy nilly or something. She was coming up with a new rhyme, like Timmy Toolbox or whatever the fuck, and then Timmy Toolbox just pops out of her asshole.
Yeah,
and like he goes up to Gordon. He's like, he's like this ghoulie or something.
Yeah,
she shits out and now is just running through her house.
Yeah.
So that's where all the rhyme people come from. They come from her butthole when she makes a rhyme, I guess.
So like she and Gordon and Mother Goose own a down mattress store in town. So he hates working there. So
he hates everything. He's
everything. He's what a Debbie Downer, this guy.
Yeah, he's a real stick in the mud, especially for Rhymeland. You know,
oh yeah,
Rhymeland. Everyone's not everyone's happy. There's a lot of sleazeballs, but
he's
everyone's
a real
goofy and weird.
He's a stick in the mud, and he never really learned how to play. Oh, and so he lives right next to the little old lady who lived in a shoe, had a bunch of kids. Her uterus fell out.
Oh my God!
That's dude. Anytime I think of nursery rhymes, I think of Andrew Dice Clay doing all of his nursery rhymes. He used to go like, "Old Mother Hubbard went to the cupboard to go get a dog a bone. She bent over and got a bone of her own. Oh!"
Why didn't they have Dice in this? He would have been the perfect cameo.
Been perfect going.
Maybe parents would have complained.
Little boy Blue, he needed the money. Oh.
Oh man, why isn't he in this movie? I mean, Bobby Brown is in this movie, and he beats women, so you can have Andrew Dice Clay.
Yeah, I know.
Come on. I mean, a lot of the characters he could have played anybody. There's so many like sleazeballs that his like Dice personality would have fit perfectly.
You remember how like they go to this like
he goes to a pimp. He could have been the pimp.
Yeah. He's like, hey,
there's literally
hey baby, go down the corner, go get me some jelly beans. That totally could have been Andrew Dice Clay.
Man, I love this movie.
Yeah. So
it is so silly.
So he lives next to her. She's the lead singer of Blondie, right?
And he's like, hey, lady, where'd you get all these kids? And she's like, what can I say? The stork has a crush on me. So she gets fucked a lot by a bird, by a mallard.
So he goes down to the mattress store, and it's being like burglarized by these 2 dudes with orange wigs.
I thought they were just kids. They were just like playing.
I don't
or
think
are these the guys that come up in the dungeon later?
Yeah, they look like them, right? Oh my God,
probably was.
We got to talk about that soon.
They must be stealing feathers.
Oh, maybe that's what it is.
Right? I thought it was just kids, but if you think it's the dungeon dwellers,
it might be the dungeon people. And then we meet little Bo Peep, who lost her sheep, and she drives a Volkswagen Beetle in reverse the whole time.
And she crashes into a fire hydrant or a trash can or something.
And then later she drives backwards into a set piece, and the set piece goes boom, 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 boom. It's all like wobbly. So she's like, listen, I was just over at Mother Goose's house and she ain't there. So he's like, all right, come on, let's go. They go back to the house and she ain't there. And so they meet this little spider. He's a little itsy bitsy spider who went up the water spout.
I liked him a lot.
He was great.
Cool.
He was good. And he like drowns in a puddle, but he comes back later.
Well, he's like, it's like, I don't know what his, like, if he's a cameo or just like some actor who played this.
I tried to look up some of these people.
He might have been relevant in 1990, but maybe. I don't really recognize him.
Yeah, I don't.
But he was awesome. He's. I thought he's like I don't know, a rapper or a singer or something. But he's this black dude, and he's like, hey, he's got sunglasses and like a body glove with spider webs on it. He's like, hey, I'm the spider, and I know blah blah blah. I know where your mom is. And then Gordon Goose is like, tell us where my mom is. Just tell me. And he's like, chill the fuck out, man. Hey, I gotta climb this water spout now. Whoa, I'm getting washed away.
Oh, he's great. So they split, and
then they meet.
The most depressing part of the whole movie.
Not little Bo Peep. Yeah, the very next person they meet, Mary had a little lamb who followed her everywhere.
So you have Woody Harrelson playing the lamb.
I didn't know that was Woody Harrelson. I was like, because I saw Woody Harrelson in the opening credits. I was like, holy shit, Woody Harrelson is in this, and this is his best role ever.
Oh, without a doubt,
ever,
without a doubt. He's got like a stogie hanging out of his mouth. He's like, "Hey, Mary, get the fucking door." Yeah. I ain't gonna wait all day.
Mary's just like watching the game shows and stuff, like the TV, the news guy and whatever. And I like the news guy too. He's just because it's like he's the news guy, he's the game show host, he's everybody on TV.
I love that.
It's just this one guy hosting every single show.
he's like, and the little pig went wee 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 all the way home. In other news. It's great.
But yeah, it's like, so Mary and the sheep are in like this abusive relationship.
They live in a motorhome.
They live in a trailer.
Yeah.
That's like supposed to be like a shithole.
And Gordon doesn't sugarcoat it at all. He's like, oh my God, you guys took a nosedive into an empty pool. Whoa.
What a dump. Yeah, and the fucking Woody Harrelson dressed as the sheep. He's like got a gut, and his like man titties are like hanging over his gut, and he's got like a leather vest on, smoking a cigar. But in this like get the door thing goes on for like a minute. He's like, get the door, Mary. She's like, I don't feel like company. He's like, I do. Get the door.
If we talk about a shitty relationship, I mean, he's probably like fucking beats her, you know.
That's Bobby Brown. That's the
right. Yeah, right. Yeah.
That's why they're blind, because he beat them. He gave them a couple pairs of Irish sunglasses.
But I feel so damn bad for Mary. Because,
she's like, I lost two. They don't even get any pertinent information about where Mother Goose is.
No.
Nothing. No clues. Nothing. She's just like, I lost two husbands because of this sheep. And he's like, you want to go, Mary?
Hey,
go.
There's the door.
Fine.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna follow you anyway. It's what I do. Dude,
man, this is the best part.
I mean, like you couldn't you like couldn't recognize Woody Harrelson at all, man. He was great.
He transformed himself. He became that sheep.
Yeah. I don't remember, like, was Cheers even on at this time? I don't even know if Cheers was still on in 1990.
It's probably after Cheers.
Yeah. Dude, somebody probably was like,
canceled,
hey, you're that bartender in Cheers. You want to be a sheep in this movie? You're okay.
His agent.
If you ever meet Woody Harrelson through any of your work, be like, dude, the sheep in Mother Goose Rock N Rhyme, man. That was the best.
Yeah. You know it.
So they leave there, and he's got a ransom note on the Volkswagen that's like, go to Peter Piper's Pickle Dick Emporium and bring a bag of cash and some chili dogs. Hey, Tails, let's go get some chili dogs.
Yeah, it's $650 cash and 2 chili dogs.
Yeah, so
which is oh man, this movie is so good.
They go to this pickle factory.
Pickle Patch,
and there's Peter Piper.
Peter Piper speaking in alliteration the entire time.
And he's like, nope, not me. I don't know who wrote this. Maybe it's the Crooked Man.
It's the Crooked Man because it's all written crookedly and shittily or something.
Now, do you know the Crooked Man rhyme?
There was a crooked man who walked a crooked mile.
Took a shit in the can.
He took a crooked shit, and then it.
You imagine, dude, when he takes a shit, does the shit like come out go like a zigzag? Does it come out like a zigzag, like a crinkle cut fry.
Like a zog log.
Zog log, wow.
That's where zog logs come from. The Crooked Man shits them out, and then Nickelodeon packages them and sells them to children.
So I was watching this with Mrs. Train, and she's like, "Oh man, the Crooked Man reminds me of Chris so much."
What?
And I'm like, yup. Dude, he's got like a bunch of your mannerisms and stuff. I'm not even joking.
What?
When he's like, yep, I am a crooked man, but I cannot kidnap anybody. Dude, like, that's you.
Well, I didn't kidnap anybody.
I know, but I'm talking like his mannerisms, just like the way he talked, dude. It was so you. It was the weirdest thing.
Really?
You're not like a weird crooked man, but you got some traits.
I got some crooked man traits.
You know what I thought was the funniest part about this? They did that whole bit that we took and did in our little home video, Pulp Light Fiction Zone, where we go in and out of the doors.
Yeah, the like Scooby-Doo doors.
Scooby-Doo doors. So they're doing that, and the whole set of this house is like wobble, 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 wobble the whole time.
Yeah, it was like gonna fall over. And that's another thing I love about this is like, man, they like, it's a set. There's no denying it's a set, and it's so like I was looking for the cuts of like where, because like, to do that gag, you just leave the camera still and then cut away.
Yeah.
But the thing's shaking, so like it's not going to be a perfect cut every time.
Yeah.
The thing's actually moving when they close the doors. Oh man,
so good.
And the dog there, he has a crooked dog, and the dog is actually kind of scary. It looks almost like the bear giving that guy a BJ in The Shining.
Oh yeah, I never thought of that. Yeah.
He looks, it's similar to that kind of vibe. It's like he looks like he's been like melted by the dip or something. Almost,
yeah. He got a splash. He got a mist of the dip
from the judge. Yeah, he was standing on the judge's like bed chewing on his pillow, and the judge sprayed him with a water bottle full of dip.
Yeah, he got back
He's
to the
all
burn
like
ward.
Droopy.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So he's like, yep, this appears to be my handwriting, but nope, that was not me. I did not write this. Go somewhere else.
Well, he's like, it says, if you ever want to see your mother again, you'll give me $650 and 2 chili dogs. It doesn't say that I have your mother. So he didn't kidnap her.
No.
He just, I don't know what his information was, though, because he didn't really give them any information.
I think he said that they needed to go to old King Cole's castle, though, right?
No, that was
that was
Miss
later.
Muffet.
No. He told him to go to Little Miss Muffet's, right?
I think they just said fuck off, crooked man, and they hightailed it out of there.
Yeah, that could have been.
And then they drove around for a while with the stop motion car.
Oh, I think it was like a slot car, with like the little gun.
Yeah, like a Hot Wheels or something.
Something
like that. And then they end up at Miss Muffet's thing, and she's Little Miss Muffet, and it looks like the Honker Burger or something.
Yeah. I think it's
it's like a house.
Yeah.
I
think it was a hotel.
Man,
they have to think to be small, and they shrink, and their clothes are really big. And I love Gordon's hat with his big giant bill.
It looks so cool.
Yeah. So
and then he's like laughing at Miss Bo Peep because her dress is huge, and then she points down at his dick, and he's like, oh, and his like pants had fallen down, so he pulls up these gigantic pants. And then they go inside Miss Muffet's burger shack / house / Curzon Way Emporium.
Slop.
Oh yeah, some prison slop. It looks disgusting. It looks like eggs erroneous.
Yeah, it does look like eggs erroneous. Yeah,
and they're forced to eat this prison slop, and then the spider comes
shows
back.
Up.
Yep,
and he does this weird, crazy, like artistic dance, going ooh ooh ah ooh ooh ooh, and it's like some
so like Miss Muffet like screams, and then she gets locked up in a Murphy bed. Right?
Yeah,
it closes her in on the wall, and then they're locked in this Tuffet place with the spider.
Yeah,
and he's just like, "Hey, I'm back. Now I'm gonna dance."
And there's some girl that's like behind some like white translucent paper.
Well, I think that was Miss Muffet.
You think so? I don't know, because she
it
was doing a weird
to
little dance too.
I know.
That was one of my favorite parts of the movie, was him just out of nowhere doing his goofy little dance.
We need to bulk up this runtime.
That could have been why.
And then like the floor is glowing like Michael Jackson Smooth Criminal style.
Yeah.
And then he tells them to go see the king. He's like, go see the king. He knows everything. And everybody, whenever someone tells you to go somewhere, that person knows everything.
Oh, yeah.
Because the king says, go see Humpty Dumpty. He knows everything.
Yeah.
So then they drive to the king.
Yeah, they get to the king's house, and it's all filled with a bunch of hip-hop people. They're like, chicka, 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 we want the king. And then Little Richard pops up with the big pink wig, and he starts singing a song. And he hates serious shit. If you say anything that's serious, he locks you up in the dungeon.
Yep.
And this is probably the most bizarre part of the whole fucking movie. Out of no, because I think the whole point was he goes into this dungeon to be rehabilitated, to think funny.
Yeah, he's like
shit.
the thought police. Yeah. He's being re-educated.
And somehow a 80s metal band singing about him like being a stick in the mud is supposed to do that. And there's like a strobe light going on Gordon. He's like, being all chained up to the wall.
It's like Clockwork Orange,
I guess,
where they tie him up and they force him to watch a rat performance.
Yes, Jesus.
For he could have been in there for days.
Who knows how? He could have been a skeleton in there.
Yeah.
This, and the weird thing is, out of all the songs, this is the only one that shows the lyrics on the bottom of the screen with a little teeny ball that hops on every word.
Because it was kind of hard to hear what he was saying if you weren't following along.
I guess. I don't know.
Well, because he's like, hey, go be a nice guy or whatever. Have some fun.
I guess.
Whatever your name is.
And then they just vanish.
And then these two creepazoids show up.
This is the most bizarre part of the movie.
It is disturbing.
I don't know who these fucking dudes are. I didn't see who they were in the credits, but it was.
They are in the credit. They are in the credits,
Are
but I
they?
don't know who they are either.
Dude,
like,
they
I don't
are the
recognize them.
weirdest fucking whole part of this
They're
whole
like-
movie. I don't get
they're
them
like-
at all.
They're like human versions of the Domino's Noid.
I guess
Right?
so. They're
They're
have,
like they
got
have
like
these like weird pajamas and
they got tutus on.
Yeah.
Like weird hair, and they have these big ass feathers that they try to tickle
they
Gordon with.
tickle him with. They tickle torture him,
Yeah.
and then he's laughing, and they're laughing, and they're all tickling each other. It's very creepy,
Very weird. And then the
Very-
homeless guy.
And they're in a dungeon. Keep in mind, they're in a dungeon.
Yeah,
and he's
with-
locked up
with a fog
on the
machine and
fucking
everything.
wall. Yeah,
And out of
he's getting
nowhere,
tickled
the
by
homeless
two
guy
grown
from,
men.
the homeless guy from UHF pops up with this big like fuzzy green sweater, and he's like, "Hey, you're no longer needed in the jail. You're
Sounds
being
just like-
released."
Got a penny?
A Rolex. So
A real neat watch.
that was probably my favorite cameo of the whole movie. Favorite cameo.
Oh, yeah.
So they leave because people are starting to vanish and disappear from Rhymeland because Mother Goose ain't there no more.
Goose ain't there. Mhm.
So after that, they go.
Oh, the spider did say that some giant hands.
Yeah.
Earlier on, he said that some giant hands came out of the sky and pulled Mother Goose. Into outer space. Yeah.
So they try to go to the police, right? But guess what? All the police have vanished. So they can't go there. So they go into this sleazy bar with this super sleazy pimp guy outside who tells
Wait,
us,
no, they meet Humpty Dumpty first.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. So
The
Howie
king says,
Mandel.
"Go talk to Humpty Dumpty, woo, because he knows everything." Woo.
Yeah. Howie
And then
Mandel,
Humpty Dumpty is Howie Mandel.
and he's just cracking up about everything.
He makes a lot of egg jokes.
And when he falls and crashes into a million pieces, I love this one dude. He's all the king horse and all the king men. He's just like this one guy. He's like, "Hey, yo, I forgot the glue. I can't put them back
They're
together.
like, "Put 'em
Bunch of
back
cuts."
together. And Gordon's like, "Hey, isn't there supposed to be more than one of you? There's, men implies plural, more than one man." And he's just like, budget cuts.
Dude, it's great.
He's like, they're like, "Well, can you do your job?" He's like, "No, I can't." and then basically Humpty Dumpty dies on the ground.
Yeah. He's like the one person who looks like he's dead.
He's dead. He's gone because he's like kind of like trembling and cold and But I don't know. Howie Mandel did a great job of this. He's very the Humpty Dumpty like makeup is a little creepy too. Like it's he's a giant egg with a Howie Mandel face. I don't know.
Yeah,
but I love when he falls.
That's one of the best parts of the movie. It's just him in front of the green
him on
screen.
a green screen with these little Humpty Dumpty puppet legs going. "Ah."
Oh man. So then after that, then they go to the city, and all the police have vanished at the PD. So they decide to go into the sleazy bar with this pimp outside.
And they meet a pimp who wants jelly beans.
And he's just like, hey, Stick. Hey, you looking for a good time? Hey, give me some jelly beans.
Yeah, he has his number one woman go get him some jelly. Hey, go get me some jelly beans while I talk to these clients over here. And then he sends him into this bordello, which is really like a jazz bar or something.
It's really bizarre because everybody in there has like these really weird like animal masks on or really weird faces, and
it's that Kubrick movie, Eyes Wide Shut.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. They're all wearing those masks.
Orgy.
Totally. Oh man, it's really weird.
And then he meets the three blind mice somehow.
Well, I thought it was a really funny joke because they're talking to the bartender, and he's like, "Yo, I don't know where Mother Goose is. Why don't you go talk to the private detective upstairs? Tell him I said hi. He's been looking for me for years. So he goes upstairs, and there's 3 blind mice. At least one is played by Bobby Brown. The other 2, I don't know.
We don't know. And that was surprising because I didn't know if Bobby Brown, but yeah, it just says Bobby Brown as the 3 blind mice.
Yeah, who are the other dudes? I don't know.
There was 2 other guys there, and I don't know if they. Yeah,
they do this they get up on a table and do this New Jack Swing, dance,
and they all have a mouse makeup on, and he's like, it's black and white in this room, and Gordon's like, hey, why is it black and white in here? And he's like, I'm colorblind. And he's like, and then Gordon's like, well, I'm not. And then Bobby Brown's like, well, it's not your office, is it?
Oh man.
And then he's like, I'm gonna dance now. Yep. I'm not gonna find your mom. I'm gonna dance. And they have those mouse makeup on that looks like, you win a prize at Chuck E. Cheese, and for 50 tickets you get
it's got the rubber band
nose
that goes
or whatever.
It's
the mouse rubber band mask thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks good, and they got glasses on and these high tops and stuff. But then Bobby Brown does a close up. He shoves his face in the camera a couple times, and he's not wearing the mouse makeup.
Well,
he's just regular Bobby Brown.
At the very end, he goes up to the camera, takes the mask off, and I think he must have had in his contract, was like, yo, I need everybody to know that it was me that was playing the 3 blind mice.
That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it was an ego thing.
It could have been. So after that,
Howie Mandel and Woody Harrelson's like, I want to make sure nobody knows this is me.
Yeah, right. It could have been, dude. Could have been.
Yeah,
could have been.
Well, I mean, they put his name out there pretty.
Well, yeah, that's true. So after this, they're still putzing around.
Yeah, he gives them no pertinent information.
Nobody gives anybody any important information in this movie at all, except for the spider. He's the only one.
Yeah.
Nobody, absolutely nobody helps out. So they're putzing along, and they find Jack and Jill up on the hill.
Which is Gary Shandling.
Gary Shandling. And what's that other woman? She's been in a lot of stuff, too.
It's like Terry something, I think. Here, I can look it up.
Yeah. Damn, what is her name? But yeah, she was in a lot.
You would recognize
Terry Garr,
her. She's
right?
Huh?
Terry Garr? Is that her name?
Yeah.
So they're like a couple that is arguing, and they're wearing BMX clothes for whatever reason.
And they look like people from that show, Goofy Town or something.
Goofy
Silly
Town?
Do you remember that show? It was like a kid's show in the mid 2010s or something like that.
See, I wouldn't know.
Lazy Town. They look like Lazy Town.
I never heard of it. I don't know.
So Lazy Town ripped them off, but they have or they kind of look like the Team Rocket from Pokemon, actually, because they got the blue and red hair, wigs, things, and you can see Gary Shandling's dyed black hair underneath his blue wig, and he's just Gary Shandling. He's like, hey, I just gotta get this water from the pail, and I fall down, and
they were great.
I don't know. It was great. It just the fact that Gary Shandling is in this movie. He's like, oh, kids love Gary Shandling. Let me tell you.
It's just funny, because you got people who are you got Madonna, and all that. But yeah, it's Gary
Madonna's
Shandling
not in this.
Yeah, dude, Madonna was she was Mary. Right?
No, she wasn't.
Wasn't that Mary? Who was that?
No, that was Cyndi Lauper.
Oh shit! I'm so sorry. Yeah, you're right. But people knew who Cyndi Lauper. Kids knew who Cyndi Lauper was back then. Kids had no idea who Gary Shandling was back then.
Kids never knew who Gary Shandling was.
So they're driving, and they meet up with.
They just drive by them.
Yeah.
They don't even talk to them. They just drive by them, and then we kind of enter their world, and they're like, okay, let's drive past them again.
Yeah.
They don't interact with them at all.
So every once in a while, they come across ZZ Top in this souped up tub.
Oh, yeah.
Who just points him in the right direction.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Right. They're lost and they're like, oh, it's not like the three men in the tub are going to be here to tell us where to go. And then and then ZZ Top is in this like Corvette tub or whatever.
Yeah.
And they're all like synchronized in their like movements, and they do the like hand point. Yeah, they're shaking their heads back and forth.
It was great.
And then so then like, oh, thanks, ZZ Top.
So so they meet Art Garfunkel, who plays Simple Simon. And
no, they Simon, not
Art
Garfunkel, just Simon.
Yeah,
Simon, Paul Simon.
Yeah, and he can't remember shit.
I liked him a lot too.
Did you?
I thought he did great. I'm not like, because he's just this dummy.
Yeah.
And she's like, be nice to him. He's simple. And he's like hitchhiking, and they're like, hey, do you need a ride, Simple Simon? And he's like, I don't know. What? And he's just like annoying Gordon. He's like playing guitar. He's like, on the road again. I don't know where I am. And he like gets in the car with his guitar and he just like steps over Gordon and like hits him in the head and stuff. They're like, hey, aren't you going to the fair? And he's like, yeah, sure. Why not? I'll go to the fair. And he's like, that's what your rhyme says. And he's like, and then they drive to the fair and they're like, well, we're here at the fair. And he's like, well, where's the fair? And there's like, this is where you wanted to go. And he's like, okay, what the heck? If we're here anyway, I might as well. I don't know. He just plays it very cool and very, I don't know. It's just fun. So then they get out and go to the fair. And then they meet Cheech Marin.
Dude, he was awesome. He was great.
Get out of here. You bother me, kid.
He was so good. Dude, I love the
cow jumping over the moon.
This is probably like one of my favorite parts because it reminded me so much of stuff that we would do.
Money.
Because it's just this fake plastic cow in front of a green screen, and they're on top of it going, whoa! And it's exactly like something we would do.
He's selling tickets to the cow that jumps over the moon.
Yeah.
And they want to ride the cow to get to the moon, to get to outer space. Because that's where Mother Goose is.
Yeah.
And man, Cheech Marin is awesome in this.
Yeah. He's great.
I would watch this for the entire length of Nice Dreams instead of watching Nice Dreams.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Just his part on loop. Because he's like this cat person, but he's not really. They just like give him a extended nose prosthetic and like put like a hat with cat ears on it, and then he's got a tail. Like if you wouldn't really know he was a cat if Gordon didn't like pull his tail or whatever.
Yeah. His little nose thing bothered me. Just looking at it.
It's weird because it's not like a cat's nose. It's just they extended his human nose in a weird way.
It was weird.
But he's like, come see the cow jump over the moon for only 10 cents. You could see not a chicken, not a goat, but a cow jump over the moon. And then Gordon's like, hey, we want to see this cow. And he's like, get out of here. You got 10 cents? Then hit the road. You bother me, kid. and then he's like just so mean to Gordon. And then, I don't know, I guess Gordon and Bo Peep hijack the cow.
And they're like taking off, and this cow's like shooting steam out of its ass. Is it going up to outer space? Going through pages of the books.
Yeah. And then they shoot into this kid's room.
Hey.
In the real world.
And it's the kid from Blank Check.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Wow.
You know, Mr. Macintosh.
Mr. Macintosh. Mother Goose.
Juice. No thanks. I'm not thirsty.
And this kid is like they talk to this kid's huge, and they're little tiny people on his IKEA desk.
Yeah.
And they jumped out of the book, and I don't know how. It's not really explained, but who cares? The kid like grabbed Mother Goose out of the book somehow. I don't know. I don't know how. Maybe he put a curse or did some sort of satanic ritual where he can enter books now. But he grabbed Mother Goose and he's like, I just wanted her all to myself because I'm her biggest fan. And then they're like, well, why would you deny the rest of the children of the world the Mother Goose rhymes? All the people are disappearing if I'm not there. And he's like, oh no. Excuse me. The goose is loose.
Whoa.
I didn't mean to kill everybody in Rhymeland. So anyway, they put her back. But does that mean all the people who disappeared are dead? Or do they come back now that Mother Goose is back?
I'd have to imagine that they reappeared. I'd like to hope so. At least they don't really tell you.
Yeah, we don't see anybody reappear.
No, but I bet you they did. They probably did.
I bet Woody Harrelson Sheep is like, I wish I just disappeared. Please, kid, take me out of this book and disappear me. I'll pay you in jelly beans.
Oh God. And then we learn a big twist.
Dark secret.
Yeah. It's all about Gordon. And you find out that Gordon is not a normal person. Nope. He also came out of Mother Goose's ass as a
he's
rhyme.
a rhymey.
And
he's a dirty rhymey.
He comes off as he's like disgusted by this. He's like, oh my God, I'm the same as these people.
Yeah.
But I guess the moral of the story is that it's good to be different, right? Not everybody should be the same or normal or whatever. It's okay to be a little weird and a little different, and that makes you unique.
Yeah, and everybody is unique, and it's okay to be weird. And if everyone was the same, it'd be a very boring place to be. And which kind of sucks now, because I feel like if you watch like a kid's movie now, it's like you all have to be the same. Nobody is different. We're all equal in every single aspect, blah, blah. Like all this like communist shit that, and Mother Goose is like, yeah, it's a good lesson. People are like, embrace your weirdness and whatever,
Yeah.
It just seems like they wouldn't even bother saying that now.
Yeah.
Which sucks.
So he's like, you know what? All right, sure. I'll be a rhymey. And he goes outside to go help Bo Peep find
He's
those
like,
sheep.
I'm feeling weird already.
Yeah, I feel like growing. Yeah.
You gotta know to grow.
So they re-sing the song from the beginning, but he just goes, hey, why not? Why not? Over and
then
over
he
again.
starts dancing and hopping around on the AstroTurf and stuff.
They give him a striped blazer and a new hat, and now he's a changed man.
He's a changed man. And he was her Mother Goose's first rhyme, and it sucked. So she didn't want to know that he was a rhyme person. So she hid away his rhyme.
What do you think
would
would
told
happen?
Everybody he was a son.
What do you think would happen if the rhyme ever got loose?
Well, it is loose now.
No, but I mean, only they know it. They put it back into the safe. What if it like got into the hands of the rest of the rhyme world, and everybody's like, "Oh, Gordon, you suck. You're the first rhymey. You suck."
I think all the rhymies seem pretty cool. I think maybe the pimp would blackmail him or something. For 600 jelly beans and 2 chili dogs. But then I think it'd be okay.
I don't know,
because that's what makes him.
I guess so. So they split, and
that's the end of the movie, really.
That's it.
Oh, and they like fall in love, I guess. So like they're both.
Oh yeah.
They go to look for her sheep now. So it implies that there would be a sequel, but there's not.
I was briefly today talking to our number one super fan. Not number one. I mean, he's one of our number one super fans, DVD Creep. and he watched this and he was like, "Oh man, this is like the only movie where Shelley Duvall's like hot, good looking." I was like, "Whoa!"
I wouldn't say that. I don't think she's designed to be a sex bomb, and like they're not like, "Oh, we gotta make Shelley Duvall perk up those Bo Peeps."
Whoa! Hey! I give Bo Peep a sheep.
I mean, the pimp was trying to work her into his empire.
Oh yeah. Hey,
yeah, but that's the end of the movie.
Try to make her the bottom bitch.
Oh my God. No, not Bo Peep.
No.
Maybe Cyndi Lauper. She would probably.
Oh man,
just for a change of scenery.
She just wants to be
a change of scenery.
She just wants to be a contestant on a game show.
On the Price's Rhyme.
The Price's Rhyme. Yeah. So that is Rock and Rhymeland. Mother Goose. Rock and Rhymeland.
Yep.
Yeah. So what are we gonna rate this out of, dude?
Pickled peppers. Crumpty Dumpties.
Oh, I like Crumpty Dumpties. I feel like I'm gonna take I think I'm gonna take a Crumpty Dumpty later on tonight.
It sounds like a table talk, like
a table talk pie
for the holidays. You can get your Crumpty Dumpty pie only this holiday season. Only before it's too late.
This season at Friendly's, you can get a Crumpty Dumpty roll.
And they come straight out of Mother Goose's ass. or the crooked man's. It's not.
I may be crooked, but I still like my Crumpty Dumpty. It looks like my handwriting. Oh man. So all right, so
yeah, let's go with Crumpty Dumpties.
All right, out of 10 Crumpty Dumpties, dude, what do you how many Crumpty Dumps are you gonna give this one?
I'm going for it all. 10 Crumpty Dumps.
You cashing them all
10
in?
10 Crumpty Dumpty. Yeah, all in on these Crumpty Dumpties. I bet every Crumpty Dumpty I have on this movie.
Oh boy.
All in.
Oh man.
Yeah, this movie is fucking it's perfect. It's great. It's the pinnacle of cinema, and nothing can top it other than Ernest Scared Stupid.
Whoa! Not even Misery Brothers Y2K.
This is. I gotta say, you know what? This movie is better than Misery Brothers Y2K.
Whoa!
Shocker.
Now, I wonder if this I guarantee it is. This movie's going to be better than the other two movies that we are showing this month.
I know. It definitely is. It definitely is. If you know what the secret movies are that we're viewing this month that are not, we talked about this on our Patreon episode. So go join our Patreon.
Oh, yeah.
Want to?
Yep.
We just did The Granny on Patreon, and my God, that movie is fucking awesome.
Oh
too.
yeah,
that is the Crumpty Dumpty of grandma horror movies.
Dude,
I'll tell you that much.
It is the cream of the Crumpty Dumpties.
What's the cream sauce on that Crumpty Dumpty?
That Crumpty Dumpty cream.
So if you want to hear our episode on the Granny and how Crumpty Dump delicious it is, then go join our Patreon.
Crumpty Dump Delicious.
It's Crump Dumplicious.
You know what else is Crump Dumplicious? Shelley Duvall's Mother Goose Rock and Rhyme. Because I also give it, I'm cashing them all in. 10 out of 10 Crumpty Dumps. Remember what I mean?
Who's your favorite rhyme time person?
Who's my favorite rhyme time person? Oh, definitely Woody Harrelson has the lamb.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the best.
Mary, get the door. He's just awesome. Dude, you notice it like when Bo Peep and Gordon were like entering, they were coming inside of the trailer.
He was like checking out Bo Peep.
He's like patting them down. It's the weirdest thing. And then Gordon like touches some slop on his hands. Ah, it was a slop.
No, it's on the TV. There's just like some slime on the TV.
Oh my god!
I think she like throws a beer at it or something. I don't know.
Something like that, right?
He's like, get the door, Mary, and she's like, no, and he shuts off the TV like angrily, and he's like, after you,
dude. He's so fucking mean.
Man, it's great.
Oh my god!
I would watch just a movie on Woody Harrelson as this sheep.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I would too.
It reminds me of that what's that Faith No More song that's on Angel Dust where he's like I think it's called RV.
I have to hear it.
Yeah, but it's like I don't know, he just reminds me of that song. You know, where he's like swinging by a noose or whatever, like
yeah,
in the trash bag or whatever, but I don't know. That's like his theme song.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I think this. I mean, I mean, at the same time, I'm sure we both sort of watched this movie in rose tinted glasses because we both loved it so much as a kid. But now seeing it now, I agree, man. Better. I think it's really holds up so well. It's so much fun. But at the same time, I don't remember it being as insanely bizarre as it is. Like when they go in the bar and everybody's wearing like the scary mask, they almost look like like not only eyes wide shut, but like, you remember that old Twilight Zone episode where there's like the girl, her face is all in bandages and they take it off at the end and she's all beautiful and everybody else has ugly like pig faces. That's what everybody looks like in the bar, you know?
Right.
But like, so it's almost like it could almost give younger viewers some nightmares, I think, watching this movie. I mean,
I think I'm going to have some nightmares about those tickle slaves or whatever those people were.
Dude, if I ever end up in a dungeon, I don't want to meet those tickle slaves.
No, I'd just execute me. I don't want the tickle slaves coming after me.
I did think it was funny when one of them like looks back at the camera and he's like, "Kids, don't try this at home."
It's scary. Oh my god,
dude, those dudes, man. Yeah, scariest part of the movies, those dudes.
Those are if I go to Rhymeland, those are the people I do not want to meet.
No, man, I would avoid old King Cole and saying anything serious to him.
Yeah,
at all costs.
He's a real he rules with an iron fist. Actually,
I'll be
rules
honest,
with a rubber fist.
When I'm watching this, if you go back, dude, you watch Little Richard's performance, he very much acted like he didn't really want to be there. Like when you look at him, I feel like he's reading off of cue cards and he's just kind of like, okay, when is this over? You know?
Oh, I'm sure. He's not an actor. He's like on Sesame Street and shit, but you know, he's a musician and yeah, I'm sure a lot of people that are in this movie didn't want to be there, except for Howie Mandel really hammed it up. I don't know.
Yeah,
he
dude.
really got into it.
80s Howie Mandel was awesome. Like, you ever seen any of his like early stand-up stuff? Like,
it's great. Yeah,
he's awesome.
He's hilarious.
Yeah,
he's awesome. Yeah, Howie Mandel is out of control. He's really crumpty, really dumpty.
Oh yeah. I do. Anybody out there, if you can find this tape anywhere, go find it, check it out. But if you can't, it is out there for you to watch. It's great. But yeah, this used to be on a Disney Channel way back when. So maybe does anybody else remember watching Disney Channel back when you had to pay for it and watching this movie? Email us at thevhsminutes@gmail.com and let us know. We want to hear your Crumpty Dumpty Mother Goose Rock N Rhymeland stories.
That's right.
Yeah.
And since we were talking about Patreon earlier, we'd be just like Crumpty Dumpty if it wasn't for our patrons keeping this show alive.
Yeah,
seriously, thank you. We want to give a shout out to our non-Crumpty, non-Dumpty. What are they? If they're not Crumpty and they're not Dumpty, who's the cool? I don't want to say it. Three Blind Mice are probably the coolest ones, but he's a wife beater, so maybe stay away. Who's the coolest person in this?
Who's the dude?
The Spider.
The Spider
I think the Spider's
yeah,
the coolest.
Itsy Bitsy Spider Man. He was pretty sly.
Yeah. So these are our itsy bitsy non-Crumpty Dumpty patrons. Hey, let me tell you, our patrons, they are not wife-beaten lambs living in a trailer park being verbally abusive to Mary.
Yeah.
And they are Kyle Schutte, Corey Gorski, Thomas Andrew Gwynn, Captain James T. Kaiser of the Good Ship Barbecue Boat. Excuse me. Oh,
get the
man.
Crumpty Dumpties out of there.
Oh, I just had a big old the Crumpty Dumpty pie left over from last Thanksgiving from Table Talk Pies in Kelly Square. Bert Sazerac, our Mike Fluffer, who without we wouldn't have Fluffy Mikes, and Trivia with Buds, and then the Soda Puppy Daddy himself, the professional pro Jimmy Alicata, and then James, and then of course Kevin James, our light wrangler, our Dumpty Wrangler. Yep, thank you, patrons.
Thank you, everybody.
If you want to join them for, like I said, we just did The Granny, which is another fucking awesome movie. We got an extra episode for you every month. Go to patreon.com/VHS Bandits.
Yeah, all right. Good stuff.
So thank you guys so much.
All right.
We couldn't do the show without you.
That's right.
Literally.
So that just about does it for this episode of VHS Bandits. Check us out on Instagram and email us. And yeah. Check us out next time. Right here to VHS Bandits. Stay Crumpty Dumpty out there. And we'll see you guys next time. Until then, be kind and rewind.